Unmute and okay, good to see your faces. I can see some of our old students, they are here also. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Okay, so today, what we have for you guys today is just to discuss some clarification that you might have in the mind that you might need to know about our training, about the course at home. As you know, we just added a new course, which is data science bootcamp. So we believe that some of you might need to have some clarification about it. You'll be able to ask your question. Any question is, it's acceptable. And data analysis. And you also be able to meet your instructor today, see them physically. And I would believe there will be some of you guys that are yet to decide if you want to join us or not. So from today's activity, you will be able to decide whether you want to go with us or not. So today we are also going to get some feedback from our previous students. They are also going to give you their feedback, their experience so far through the 3 months. So from there, you can also ask them questions. Okay, so I'm going to start by introducing myself. My name is Alaka Dolapo Temitope. I'm from Nigeria. I'm currently working in Qatar, Doha, Qatar at QNB, Qatar National Bank, as a senior database administrator. I did my master in big data analytics at the University of Stirling. Okay, so I'm part of the organizer for this training. So, and I believe that once we start, you'll be able to meet me, you'll be able to meet one another and know each other better. Okay, so throughout the training, we have data analysis and data science. So today we will be meeting your instructor. I think some of them are not online, but any one of them that are online, they will be able to introduce themselves and you can ask questions from them to know them better. Okay, so on my next slide, you'll be seeing the faces of your instructor. So you can see from the right to the left, we have Mr. John. Mr. John is a senior SQL database administrator in the US. We have Mr. Godwin. He's also a SQL database administrator, consultant, is also in the US. Then we have Mr. Edward. Edward is a Python instructor. So he will be handling the data science class in the UK. Okay, so we also have Mr. Lawrence here. Mr. Lawrence is a data analyst. He's in Nigeria. He works with both. Then we have Mr. Uche here, who is the an IT infrastructure in Nigeria. Then we have our only lady here, who is the business analyst. Some of you, you must have been hearing from her. Okay, so then we have Edes. Edes is also a senior database administrator. So, once we start the classes, you'll be able to see their faces. You can meet with them personally. Okay, so please, as we are going on, if there's any question, so I want it to be interactive, on the chat, on the WhatsApp. Some of you are unable to ask questions. You are unable because we are not seeing who we are talking to. So, but that is the reason why we created this avenue so that we can talk one-on-one. You can ask questions and we'll be able to answer you. Okay. All right. So we have one of us here, Mr. Dele, who is going to be talking to us on opportunity in information technology. As we all know, most of us, the reason why we are doing this training, we are doing this course, we want to add to our knowledge is for us to be able to make more money. And the reason why some people are moving to IT, they are saying, data is now the new oil. The reason why they are moving there is because they want to be able to earn more. They want to be able to add more value to wherever they are working from. So now Mr. Dele is going to open our eyes, tell us some things. And please, if you have questions, ask him. He's going to tell us what are the opportunities in information technology. You are deciding that you want to leave your current career to go to data. You need to know what you are intending to do. So I'm going to open the floor for Mr. Dele. Mr. Dele, are you there?
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alaka. Thank you, guys. I want to especially appreciate Mr. Alaka for giving me this privilege to talk to my fellow DBAs, my fellow database administrator. I call you my fellow DBAs because I so much believe that at the end of this discussion, at the end of this training, I believe many of you will want to, cross the aisle to join me as DBAs. I got to hear of this topic some few hours ago, maybe about 2 hours ago, and I am not opportune to put down anything, but I kind of feel I'll be talking to my friends. I'm trying to look for my icon here. Hope you guys you are seeing me and you are hearing me clearly.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
So okay, I try to, as much as possible, to just make this a discussion because I kind of believe I'll be talking to my friends and my colleagues, and it's not a class, it's just sharing my personal experience, sharing my life. Most of us, when we leave my name is Dele Bidapo. I am from Nigeria, though I am based in the US. I am a senior database administrator. I deal with the SQL end of database administrator. By the time we go into this discussion, you'll see that SQL is just a tiny bit of the world of data management. It's just a tiny bit. So most people that we introduce, they're all SQL-based administrators, senior SQL database administrators, senior SQL database analyst. It's just SQL. But let me quickly open your eye to the fact that there are other relational database systems that are also thriving in the market. So it is not, this is a landfill that you can exploit to whatever the limit of your ability. So let me start by saying this. Most of us, when we leave our country of birth and we come to the Western world, we kind of make this mistake of, when we get in, we work, most time menial job, and by the time they pay you, the first thing you do is you look for your calculator on your phone and you convert it to your currency, the currency of your home country, and you see that, as Yoruba people will say, iletiku. So you kind of feel very comfortable and say, Owore, this is money. And you feel that most people feel that is the ultimate. That is why when you come to this Western world, UK, Europe, America, Canada, Qatar, where have you find that majority of our people that travels there, they all do menial job. But unfortunately, they are cut out. Our upbringing, our education, our intelligence suits this environment, suits the IT world. We can think, we can reason, and we can solve problems, and we are dogmatic. And these qualities that I've just mentioned is what is required in the IT world. But unfortunately, the tendency for us to quickly convert the dollar, the pounds, the euro to naira and see that it is big money will just make us forget that there are other parts. So when I came in, though I was doing those menial jobs, but I wasn't comfortable. I feel there's something. Just as you guys are inquisitive, that is why you are here today. So I became inquisitive. What can I do with myself? What can I do with my life? After putting more than almost 2 decades into banking in Nigeria, I can't come here and start laboring again. There must be something that I can do that is not this tasking. There must be something that can bring me money without killing me. I know of guys that do 2-3 jobs, and by the time they get the money, they are not alive to spend it. So I wasn't cut out for that. I wasn't looking towards that. So that brought me to this IT world. And I started as infrastructure DBA. We call them infrastructure DBA. But in the process of working as an infrastructure DBA, I began to see that this is This is an honeypot, a gold mine that nobody, I repeat, nobody can ever mine successfully. Mine to the utmost and say, I've exhausted it. There are so many areas. So I started working as an infrastructural DBA in a bank. And by the time I started work, I now began to discover the work of an infrastructural DBA. What is this DBA that we are saying? Database administrator. What is database? Database is simply a container where data is stored logically so that it can be retrieved easily and fast when it is needed. So the job of an administrator is to manage that data, to make sure it is secured, to make sure it is stored properly, and to make sure that when you retrieve data from it, it is fast and easy. So that is basically what an infrastructural DBA does in place of work. For your information, I am working as I am talking to you now. So that is what we do. Can anything be more simpler than sitting down in your house and managing database for somebody to make sure it is secure, to make sure you can easily retrieve data, and to make sure the data is stored logically? By the time I started doing the job, I now discovered that there are other people in this data circle. So that will bring me to the, talking about the prospects, the things that are buried in this IT world, especially the data aspect of IT world. The first thing is, I started seeing people that call themselves data architects. And you start hearing things like, I want to model the data. I want to create the conceptual and logical and physical connection of data. And I begin to wonder, this BB grammar, what are these people doing? Is simply, by the time you look at it critically, they are simply saying, if Mr. John gives birth to Linda and John Boo, both of them are related. And that is the foundation of relational database system. I don't want to bore you with technicalities. I want to make it so simple so that you appreciate it. And to think that person, somebody sits in one office just to tell you that table A and table B is related, and table C, you cannot do this on table C, there is constraint. They pay them big money. By the time I started wondering, these people, small job, and they are collecting this big money, I began to hear people say, I am a developer. What do you develop, Ejo? He says they write code. Code. Really? What is this code? And the funny thing, these developers are so scarce that companies in the US employ developer in India and force you to work with their time when they have issues. And I begin to, that is another line. People are earning big money they are developing code. When I'm still wondering, what is all this thing? I began to hear things like, I'm a data analyst. I'm a data reporter. And I say, what are you analyzing? What is this thing? And I began to understand that these people, they deal with SSIS, SSROS, SSAS, SQL Server integration service, SQL Server reporting service, SQL Server analytical services, and that is what they do. They just, use data to report what has happened. The data that we stored in the database that we are looking at and managing and keeping safe, these people will say, okay, I need data from table 1, table 2, table 3, table 10. They will merge it together. They will bring information and they will bring the information in a way that is easy for the layman called management, the people at the top that cannot pull this data. These people just pull data from different sources, join it together, polish it, clean it up, as Maoga Alaka would say, clean it up, and they load it and they just present it in the form of Power BI, in the form of Tableau, and the management will say, oh, we need to do this in this area. We need to cut costs in this area because somebody has put different cost data and presented it. So when I saw these people, when we enter meetings and go to presentations, and they begin to present this thing, I begin to wonder, this same database that I'm looking at every day, where did these people see this thing? So I had to run back to this class that you are taking now. I'm an ex-student of this great academy. I had to run back to come and learn being a data analyst. And by the time I went back to my place of work, I became a consultant because I kind of found out that what I learned here was from the scratch. It was not textbook knowledge, it was one-on-one knowledge. So when you come for meetings, when you are pulling data wrongly, I tell you this data, you are not pulling it wrongly. When you come to meet me and say your database is not good because I cannot do my integration package, I cannot run my package, I will say bring the package, let's look at it. And I'll begin to tell you, no, this package you cannot, this is what the problem is. This is where the problem is. Knowledge of two words. Then when we still talking about data analysts, they are doing one shebebeo and they are getting big money. They are earning big money. And when we begin to talk about data analysts, suddenly we begin to hear words like, I'm a data engineer, I'm a data scientist. What do they do? They use the same data that the analysts are brought out to make prediction about future. If Tanwa has a big head, if his younger brother has a big head, the tendency for the mother to give birth to a big head son in the next pregnancy, they predict it. But brothers and sisters, is that not what we've been doing? Let's even take it to our environment in Nigeria. When people want to plan party, they tell you, don't put it in June and July. Ojoma Abaje, rain will spoil the party. Put it in August because there's an August break. They are simply doing the work of a data scientist. So while we are still thinking of these people are making big money and they are making big money, now we are hearing artificial intelligence. Who will use that forecast to now prepare, make plan, and take action either for or against that future occurrence. And this thing, my brothers and sisters, will keep expanding. It will keep expanding as long as there is smartphone in your hand, as long as there is Wi-Fi somewhere, as long as there is internet somewhere, and as long as there are people going to do their daily activity, the field of data will never be exhausted. Somebody once told me when I was starting this journey with data that one time there was what we call the agricultural revolution. Then it became industrial revolution. Then it became crude oil and energy revolution. Now we are in a new phase powered by IT, and it is called the data revolution. And conveniently, you can, you can, without stressing yourself, make good money. Let me share it with you. My manager called me this morning and said, good news. I said, what is it? He said, do you have 5 minutes? I said, yes, I have more than 5 minutes if it's good news. And I just joined him and he told me, oh, they just increased your pay. And by the time I convert the increment to Naira, ilẹ̀. And why will I now prefer to go stress myself in the sun? I'm very sure when they show, when I don't know if you guys noticed it, when Mr. Alaka showed this picture in his working place, I'm very sure you liked it. Look at the face of everybody that was shown. Edes, Uwa, Mr. Lawrence. Look at, tell me, just point to somebody that you don't want to look like here. I don't even want to use myself as an example. Just point at this fine face. They are all earning good money. They are living good life. I know, at least I know 1 or 2 or 3 people in this picture. I don't know where you are located presently. I don't know if it's in Nigeria. I don't know if you are with me in the US. I don't know if you are in Europe. But I keep telling everybody that cares to listen. I have seen people who devoted their time to this in Nigeria, and that was their escape. Companies in the US employed them, applied for them, their work visa, brought them to the United States, settled them, and that was where they started their life from. I've seen it happen to people in Europe. I've seen it happen to people in the Middle East. And I've also seen people that struggled, that came here, and when they came, I know of a particular lady, I love sharing her story. When she left Nigeria, she didn't finish her secondary school. She came to the United States, she was doing hair. And one way or the other, she was making hair because she was good in doing that. That was what she was doing in Nigeria. One way or the other, she got to hear this story just as you are hearing it today. And she decided to pursue it. Today, she does 2 jobs. She makes big money. She lives in a good house. She's living well. The family is doing well. And, you know, for somebody that does 2 different jobs, you will expect her to be fagged out when she is finished. But I'm so sure today, if she does not call me for enjoyment, she will call me tomorrow. She's always like this. My colleague, now what you they do now? I just say make we hang out, make pepper soup, make we just sit down, just be enjoy. For somebody that just did 2 jobs for 1 week, you would think she want to go and rest. No way. Because this job, it is putting your feet into it. It is learning it that is the difficult part. Doing it is not that difficult. So I don't know if I really covered what is expected of me, but this area, this field that we are in is very interesting, very wide, a lot of opportunity. And before I forget, let me close with this. I am only limiting myself to SQL Server, which is a Microsoft product. In my place of work, when I got there, I started seeing that there is what is called Oracle. I started learning it. I was still learning it when they said, oh, DB2. I started learning it. And for your information, this other relational database system, they have people that were employed to do their job, just as they have for SQL. So I was still learning it, and all of a sudden they said, oh, I think last month, they called us and say, the size of our data is getting too big for this relational database system to manage. We are thinking of going for non-relational database system. And I would like you to have knowledge of, it is not compulsory, but it will be plus for you to have knowledge of maybe MongoDB, maybe NoSQL. All these things that we are just saying now, we've been talking about SQL. Now imagine if you have knowledge of all these other ones. I know some people do. I have a colleague that knows SQL, knows Oracle, knows DB2, knows Postgres. In fact, he's a king. And between me and you, he does 3 jobs. One time he told me that that in a month, if I tell you how much he makes, you get jealous. So, and all these things that we are talking about it being on-prem, meaning the company has the server in their premises. There are other companies that do not have this thing in their premises, that they host it in cloud. And some people will call themselves cloud engineers and begin to make good money. If I were you, when I finish this category of people that I just mentioned, just put data analyst, data architects, how much do they earn? Data analyst, how much do they earn? Database and infrastructure, how much do they earn? When you put it like that, you would probably be like me. When I started, it was very, very difficult. I am not a science person. I did business, banking and finance, and I've always been a banker all my life. Bring deposits, close deal. My mouth was my weapon. But I had to learn. When I was learning it, Uwa will bear me witness, because Uwa was my mate in the academy then. When we were learning it, I remember somebody asked me, "What is your feeling? How are you going to cope?" I told the owner of that academy then, I said, "Look, after going through Google, and I know how much these people earn, and I compare the work that they do, Oga, we die here." And that was the name the master started calling me, "We die here." And by the grace of God, I am still in this struggle. Mr. Alaka will bear me witness. I've already enrolled for the data science class, and I'm planning to take it. Not only take it, I've even gotten admission to go further in it. So that shows you that there is way in this part. If I begin to spend time like this, even with the comfort that I have now, I am still thinking of what is ahead. There is light at the end of the tunnel. So once again, I want to appreciate Mr. Alaka for this time, and for this opportunity to inspire my colleagues that are coming behind. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you for the presentation. Firstly, I want to...
You are muted.
Thank you. I didn't know I was muted. So I said, firstly, I want to congratulate you for the increase in payments. That is huge. Congratulations for that. Man, you really said a lot. And I believe people have been able to learn, not just one, they have learned many things. So that is one of the things we are trying to preach to people, that to see the light, to see the way. A lot of people are moving to this field. And what we observe is from one of the things you said, Indian, they are the one taking the grand 90. So we want to make sure that we do not carry last. I mean, the black do not carry last. So that was one of our motivation for starting this school. So thank you so much for that. So you also mentioned something that you have seen people that it was work that brought them from Nigeria. One of the testimonies here, myself, it was work that brought me to Qatar. And what I'm earning now is more than times 100 that I was earning in Nigeria. So we thank God for that. And that anybody, I do not have 2 heads. So the people that have the opportunity don't have 2 heads. So that can happen to every one of us. So you can see, Mr. He really break it off from the beginning to the end, from database administrator, data analyst, data science, data architect. Most of these things, they are the same thing. So one thing we are also going to let you know is that after this training, when you are searching for job, don't limit yourself to only data analysis. Don't say because I have studied only data analysis, that is the only job role I can apply to. No, a lot of job roles. You can apply for HR analyst, finance analyst. What we are training you for is just the tools. The tools to be able to work in any field. Even as a data analyst, you can apply for database administrator role. Like one of our instructors, Mr. Godwin, he was employed as a database administrator. My dear, everything he's doing is work of a data analyst. Everything. So please don't limit yourself. Have an open mind. And one thing I want you to do is that don't focus on money. I mean, actually, the money can be your motivation, but focus on learning, on acquiring this skill. You can hear from Mr. Dele. Mr. Dele, he came for our data analysis class, was our student. Now he has registered for data science. Now, so you should know how real this is. So we are encouraging you to make sure that you prepare yourself for the class, prepare yourself, make sure you are going to learn. It's not always easy. The learning time is not easy, but when you are earning, it will be easy that time. I mean, when you can't, I'm also doing more than one job. So we have almost our instructor, they are doing 3 jobs, 2 jobs, you know, and that is the advantage of working in IT. If it's in another field, you can, even as an IT, I was telling my wife one day that as an IT, you will earn more than a doctor, because a doctor cannot do 2 jobs, or else he wants to kill himself. But as an IT, you can do 3 jobs conveniently, remotely. Okay, so thank you so much for that, Mr. Adile, for opportunities in information technology. So you have a lot of opportunity. You have a lot of opportunity. Okay, so this is the next topic is after acquiring IT skill, what next? So this was supposed to be taken by Mr. John. Mr. John is a senior database administrator in the US as well. But it's currently, I mean, you know, their time. I think this is 1 p.m. there. So he's currently at work, so he will not be able to join us. But I'm going to say just little things here. So after acquiring IT skill, what next? I mean, that is where the work started. Don't feel, I mean, some of our students, after acquiring the skill, they feel that is the end. No, that is not the end. That is the beginning. Because the energy that you need to put in searching for a job should be more than the energy you put even during the training. Because when you are applying for a job, from rejection, you learn from rejection. For instance, it got to a stage when I was applying for jobs. You know, I told myself that I don't want to apply for any job in Nigeria. So I was only applying to job abroad that time. I applied for as many as I can. What I was seeing was, unfortunately, it got to a stage that whenever I receive any email from job, what I look for is unfortunately. I just scan it. I look for unfortunately. Those times, God was preparing me. So please don't give up. When you start applying and you see it's not coming, don't give up. When it got to it, I mean, when the time came, it was the company that even contacted me. Even now, almost every day I got invites from companies. I don't even apply again. I got invite from Netherlands, fully sponsored with family. And they are paying huge amount of money. From different countries, I get invite. From UAE, every time I get it. So you need to build yourself to that level. And how do you get there? From starting from the scratch, start applying. Apply for as many jobs as you. So after acquiring this skill, know that the job just started. Don't think that the job will come automatically. And we are not promising you a job. We are only promising that we are going to support you. Once we are going to, I mean, show you how to apply for job, because it's also, I mean, it's a skill on its own, how to apply for job. We are going to show you that. We are going to help you with your CV optimization. I mean, your LinkedIn optimization. We are going to help you with that and train you. Do this, give you targets. But it's not left to you to make sure that you actually work to make sure that you apply for as many jobs as you can. And I pray that God will crown your efforts. Okay? All right, don't worry. We are moving to the end. Is Mr. Godwin here? I'm not sure Mr. Godwin is on the call. He's also busy. The meeting was like an impromptu. So, okay. All right. So, I mean, knowledge sharing is just about his journey, about our journey. Every one of us know that, I mean, we started from you can see hear from Mr. Dili, he was not an IT from the beginning, an IT person from the beginning. And myself, I studied physics. You know, I think Gordon also studied physics. I mean, we have different experience, and by God's grace, we are here today. What I am earning, no bank, no CEO of bank can earn it in Nigeria, by God's grace. So, and I believe you are all looking up to that. Okay, all right, without wasting our time, so we are going to hear feedback from one of our students, I mean, the last batch. We are going to hear feedback from them. I mean, and if you have any questions, you can also ask them. So I'm going to call Mrs. Faith Adikpoju. Okay, are you here? Okay, good. Mrs. Faith, you have the floor now. Mrs. Faith, are you there? I'm not sure. Mrs. Faith, are you here? Okay, so while we are waiting for her, I believe we have some of us that register for data science here. For data science. So, I mean, if you can hear from what Mr. Dili said, he has really said a lot of things. I mean, data science earn more than a data analyst. You know that. And what makes difference between them and data analysts? Actually, they use another tools. They use Python. And most of the work they do is predictive analysis. And they analyze big data. A lot of things. So once you join the class, so we're also using this opportunity to encourage our previous students. I mean, as a data analyst, you can apply for any role. You can apply for data science as well. However, there are some things they check. There are some tools they want to check in your CV to make sure that you can actually use them. One of them is Python. So this data science will be full of Python from the beginning to the end. Okay. So, Madam Faith, are you there? Faith. I'm not sure she's on the call. Okay, so while we are waiting for her, let's entertain question. So if she comes, she's going to come up and I'm speaking. It's time for question. So you can all open your mic now and ask question, any clarification you need from both data science and data analysis course. Okay. Manarisa?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
If you don't mind, you can use your video.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you can ask a question.
Okay. So my own question is actually totally different from what we are discussing right now. It's about the installation we were supposed to do. Mine is giving me trouble. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to like link it to my laptop to install.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. I mean, no question. All questions are acceptable. So we already sent to your class that we are going to have a section. So we are going to schedule a section for you to put you through on how to do the installation. So no worry. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome. Yep. Welcome. Any other question?
No. No.
Okay,
good evening, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, you have the floor now.
Okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to say something about the OneDrive file you sent to us.
Okay.
Yeah, there was one of the file that we could, I wasn't able to download because I was able to download the rest and install them.
Okay. That's not a problem as well. So we are going to attend to that during the section I talk about. So we are going to have a separate section for you guys and to put you through. You are in data science or data analysis?
Data analysis.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, thank you. All right, Madam Faith, are you there? Kemi, do you have any question for us?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, thank you. So you are welcome. You have the floor now.
Okay, I will try to turn on my video because I know that's how we do it. I won't join the audio. Please, I need 1 minute for that.
Okay, yeah, I can see you now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so sorry for the delay. It's been a long day for me here. And my name is Faith. I was a student in the just concluded batch. And I would say that the experience with KZ Solutions Bootcamp was amazing. It was
No.
Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so I would say that the experience was amazing. It was not anything close to what I was thinking I would get because of the selfless teachers that I met here. I actually am coming from a background of arts. I studied English language and I thought of delving into data analysis, although I had my fears and my worries and all of that. But when I joined the class, it was amazing. That was just it. I had struggles. I had I had my own struggles because of course nothing good comes easy. But with the help of the selfless teachers, my necessary and unnecessary questions. By the way, I'm here to tell you that no question is too unnecessary for all our teachers here. They're always ready to listen to you and answer your questions. They are ready to release their wells of knowledge and pour it all out to you and give it to you even beyond what you asked them. I live here in Qatar. I'm presently working as a teacher. So I joined the class with the intention of course, wanting to leave this profession and get into data analysis. As much as that dream is still valid, I can tell you that my class, my session or boot camp here changed my career. I work as a teacher and I've been able to know how to harness data, maximize data such that everything I do in the classroom doesn't just end there. My data that used to sleep. And I now know how to analyze my data and use it to better my students. And maybe I should tell you that there is a high level of value I see myself adding to my present workplace, and the boot camp helped me to add some shoulder pads to myself. I got I got to be able to face my team leads because I'm talking from the realm of data. I'm talking from the realm of someone who has had her data and has been able to analyze it personally. Yeah, so there are a lot of things you're going to get until if you're new in this field and you're trying to change, you will be surprised at the level of knowledge you'll be getting from here, even before you get your job, even before you get another job as a data, or before you get a job as a data analyst, if you're all new in it. Like I told you, I am a primary teacher here in Qatar, and the knowledge I've gotten here in the course of my study here is amazing. It's mouth watering, and there is no amount of money I paid that actually justifies all that I've got. I would say thank you so much. Let me use this opportunity to say thank you so much to Mr. Laka, to Mr. John, to Mr. Edward, to Mr. How can I forget my teachers' names? They're all amazing. I would really say thank you to them. And before I end, I would say the project work was head cracking because there was need for me to do extra readings, um, to consult some other persons, to consult my husband, by the way, who was there to assist. And um, the fact that you're able to think, it opens up your thinking faculty. It's everything for me. So if you are here and you just know that you're ready to delve into the world of the new knowledge, the new happening thing in the world today, then you're in the very right place and you will never regret being part of this. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening.
Oh, thank you so much for that compliment. Thank you so much, Madam Fitz. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Mr. Owa is here. You are late, sir.
Yeah, I was in a meeting. That was why. Sorry.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. You understand? I mean, this is like, is it like 2 p.m. over there now? What's the time over there now?
Almost 2 p.m., 1:58.
Yeah. So yeah, this should be one of your peak hours. Thank you so much for joining, Mr. Owa. Okay, so that will not take too much time. We'll just give you a little time just to say, Mr. Dele really talked about a lot of things, covered a lot. So just say little things on this topic given to you. Okay, so you have the floor now.
Oh, okay. Well, for me, I always most of you guys are still going to meet me, by the way. So, what should I say? You are going to hear me rant. You're going to hear me talk a lot. So you're going to, the fact that last year, that's December, I had 2 gifts. I really don't have people give me things before. It was really amazing, and I was so happy. Even during my birthdays, I don't get gifts. But suddenly in December, 2 people called me up and they said they were going to send me gifts because it was the same thing that I do here that I did for them, and they got jobs. So they really amazed me, and I was happy. My confidence and happiness is that they got job, but the fact that they saw it enough to give me gifts was something that was amazing to me. It was surprising. So why I brought that up is it is possible, right? If you can put in the work, you will get the job. It is the same thing that I did, that Alaka did, that you are doing now. Yeah, I'm at work now. If I bring you, I just walked around, went to clear my head but I have essentially closed already for the day. Not that it's a closing hour. Normally I will close by 7, but because it's Friday, everyone has already logged out, right? It's closing time. So there is no work that is like this work. If I take out my background, you will see that I'm working from home. I can do anything I want. There is something that we can put on our computer. You can see Dele is working from his home. He's in his palace at home, right? So the thing is, you are essentially free. You are free. You can do whatever you want. You can give birth to 7 children from home, right? You can enjoy your wife. You can enjoy your husband. There is no work that is like that and pays so much. I get paid so much for doing less. Small work, brain work. I just do brain work, right? And the beautiful thing is what you did yesterday is what you are going to do next tomorrow. So all you just need to do is to save what you did yesterday on a OneNote. Smart move. If you see it next tomorrow, you bring it again. It wouldn't take you 5 minutes to do the same ticket. I called Dele for one of my ticket that I got. He gave me an idea. Just arrange a DMV script and you will solve the problem. That's what I did. And when my manager came, I was like the highest. It's like I have been working, I have done that thing for more than 20 years. I just sent him the script and the script could locate everything that we are looking for. That is brain work. You see, Faith spoke about brain. It's just putting your brain to work. So what you are in is not a big deal. People have done it. More people will still do it. It is only you that have decided to fail. Why will you just decide to fail? Or you do the same thing now. You don't want to get job. And I am here. I am free. I'm doing nothing. I'm even using my environment to teach you if you want. It makes no sense for you to not use it to get job. So I'm telling you that you have opportunity to get a job from Nigeria if you want to get it. It's just your matter of consciousness. If you work with me, you will get whatever you want. It is a thing of choice. So if I can do it, Dele can do it, Alaka can do it. These people doesn't have special brain. I've said it. The people that are always in leadership have lesser brain than normal people. I'm telling you, I have done this thing normally. I know what I'm saying. People in leadership, like the Tinubu, they are very brainless. I have worked with them. I can assure you. It is people that don't tell you the truth that if you go close to them, you find out. I'm telling you straight, I have done it. So these people doesn't do special things. I don't do special things. Alaka don't do special things. The only thing he does is to push himself more than you do. So that's the only special thing here. And you can do it. So I assure you, you can do more than we have done. And you can be a great person. Trust me. You can be enjoying what we are enjoying now if you push yourself a little further. So I'm waiting to meet you guys on the other side. Yeah, I will talk more than this. So just wait and see.
Thank you so much, Mr. Godwin, for that. Thank you so much. Okay, Kemi, you have a question. So, Mr. Lawrence, please, you are going to give us some word after Kemi question. Kemi, you have the floor now.
Yes, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's been quite inspiring listening to everybody talk. And I think we're all geared up for this. Hopefully we'll be able to excel. So I'd like to ask, I have 3 questions. First is about the the class schedule. Are we going to have one ahead so that we know what to expect in class and what topics will be covered?
Okay, let me
Should I ask all my questions? All right.
Let me just answer that. Okay, so thank you so much for that. You know, we're having 2 courses here. I mean, data analysis and data science. So they have different schedule. So for data science, I mean, for data analysis, I mean, I think I posted the schedule on the group page. But for data analysis, you start from the beginning, which is from Excel, advanced Excel, from the basis, gradually. Then we end it with SSRS, SQL Server Reporting Service. Okay, don't worry. Once you start the class, I mean, you are going to get all the details. Okay, so then at the class, we actually start from tomorrow. Tomorrow is introduction to IT. It's not even much related to data science. Tomorrow, you are going to learn about everything on, I mean, the tools you need to use, how to navigate your system, you know, how to troubleshoot some little issues, how to use OneNote. First two classes, which is this week, will be on that. But starting from next week, the data analysis class will start in proper. However, for data science, I'm not sure that will be the same because data science is a big syllabus. It's what we used 2 years to learn in school. I learned it for 2 years in my MSc. So that we want to do that for 3 months. So we really need a lot of time. So data science is going to start immediately. For data analysis, we are going to do introduction. I mean, it's from basis to advanced. We don't expect you to have any prior IT knowledge. You can see from Madam Faith, she study English. So you are not expected to have any IT knowledge. But just come, even if you have anything on your, any IT knowledge, just try and lay down. Once you come, ask question when it is needed, and we'll be able to help you and support you to get to where you need to get to. Okay.
Okay, thanks. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
welcome.
my second question, I think you already mentioned, are you combining the two, the data science students and data analysis? Is
No,
it in the same
it's
class?
No, it's not possible.
Okay, so we have
different classes. Yeah, different classes.
Okay, but for data analysis,
different
it's 7 to 9, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Data analysis 7 to 9 Nigeria time. Because people are
All
joining
right
from
then.
different countries.
Yeah.
Okay, it's nice
Okay,
meeting you. Nice
so
seeing you, ma.
sorry, my last question.
Okay.
Yes, it's talking about because everybody that's spoken has talked about dedication, putting in the work and all. So from your own experience, I mean, we are all busy. I work, I'm a family woman. So how many hours of work do you think outside the class, or how much effort do you think we need to put in daily or weekly to be able to succeed in this?
Okay, I mean, so we know that people are working, so that was the reason why the class is scheduled for only weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and for every classes there will be tasks. So whatever it is being taught that day, we turn into tasks. We give you the raw file, you work on it and submit it before Thursday. So it will actually take your time, but it's worth it. Nothing good comes easy, nothing good comes easy. It's going to drill you. But I mean, as a nursing, even my Madam Faith has a less than 1 year old baby. I mean, and she was able to go to this course. In the previous batches too, we have same situation like that. We even have family, husband and wife. Husband and wife, and you see competition in class. So I mean, you can do it. You can do it.
All right then. Thank you so much. Looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you too. Okay, so Mr. Lawrence, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm here. All right. I'm actually laughing. Like Godwin cracked me up. Like I'm still laughing. All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, anywhere you are. My name is Lawrence Aniye. I'm in Ibadan, Nigeria. Currently, I work with Bolt. Bolt is a ride-hailing company here in Nigeria. I work as a data analyst as well as senior operations specialist. So I don't have much to say because much of what I need to have said, Delia have said a part of it, Alaka has said a part of it, and then Godwin has also said a part of it. So it's good to have you guys on board, and I promise you that it's going to be like, a very good experience for you. And then, when you look back, you'll be glad that you actually joined, this school of learning. So, of course, we'll be starting tomorrow, and then, we'll start with, trying to get you onboarded and all that. So, from my own end, I just want to encourage you, please don't give up, just like Godwin said. It requires you to put in the work. We'll be here to guide you, but then you also need to put in the work so that, you can get to the finish line. So that's it from my own end. Well, I'll see you in class.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Lawrence. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Edward is here. Edward, are you free to talk now? Edward is joining from the UK. He's our data science tutor. Edward, are you free to talk?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Good. Yeah, sure. We can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't even know what to say today.
Your video is not up.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I was speaking. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I heard everything on. Yeah, I think someone was asking about how much hours or the kind of commitment that you need to put into this program. Well, the key thing I would say is about consistency. All right. Because if I say that you need to put in 10 hours and then let's say Monday you put in the whole of 10 hours and you don't study on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and they come to class on Saturday, that's not consistency. So I advise that you split your hours. Let's say in a day it can be 30 minutes or 45 minutes practicing for every single day. And that is golden. To me, I think that will really help, especially when it comes to programming languages. You need to be consistent. Like SQL, Python, R, all those programming languages, because they are the word is language. They are different things. So it's like how you learn Spanish, you learn English. You need to be consistent, and you become consistent not just by the hours, but you must also repeat yourself a lot. Repeat yourself a lot. It's a must. Yeah. And so I'll be taking the data science, I'll be leading the Python class, and I can guarantee you that you will understand programming if you've not programmed before. I'm a certified Python programmer. I've used Python since 2018. And I'm currently a student in the UK and also a Python instructor. So you're in Savans. Just come with open-minded, just come with ask your questions. Yeah, everything will be fine. Yeah. So what I would tell you is to invite other people, your friends, those that they don't have any technical background. We need them in this class. Especially understanding the Python, because actually I don't know what's going on in Africa now, but I think we are picking up with this programming language, especially Python, because here in UK and Europe, everywhere, Python is a must. Like all the technical jobs, whether it is cloud developer, is DevOps engineer, you name it, Python script, you need to know how to script. You need to know how to write script to do something. And it's a must-have skill. So you are doing data science, but you're also learning some tools separately. Even though these tools are apart, but you can pick a tool and then go further with those tools, and which I think will really help you. Yeah, because if tomorrow you say, oh, you want to do cloud engineering or you want to do data engineering, all those things, you definitely need the same Python skills that you took in the data science class. So I strongly encourage everyone to take this course. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Edward. Thank you. We can't wait to start the class. Okay, so one other thing that is, very good is if you have friends, it's better to learn with friends. I told you in our previous batches, we have like 3 families, husband and wife. It's very, very good because you can, and if it is friend, you can challenge yourself. We have a section that we have sisters. You can challenge yourself because, as I said, there is weekly task. Someone, the other guy can encourage you that, oh, are you yet to finish? Do you have any challenge? We also make it easy that we are going to put you in a group, subgroup. We have subgroups so that you can easily interact with yourself under the subgroup. You can learn from one another. And one thing I want you to note is that it's good to volunteer. to teach. In your group, you can say, okay, they taught us this topic and I know it very well. You can put it up. I want to teach everybody. From there, you learn more. So just the 3 months you have, just dedicate your time for it. Tell yourself that you want to do this thing. Nothing good comes easy. I mean, it's not going to be easy. We know that, but just for 3 months. And I mean, at the other side, it's mouth-watering. You can see Mr. Daly. Mr. Daly is doing like 3 jobs or 2 jobs now. I mean, even me too, I'm doing 2 jobs. Okay, all right. So Mr. John is actually at work now. So he's indisposed to talk. Okay, so do we have any more question? Any more question? Okay, so please don't forget to, tell your friend. People can still register till next week. I mean, the main class will start next week. So between now and next week, they can, if they are willing to join us, they can still join us. Because once we get to to get to some particular place in the class, we will not be accepting people again. They have to wait for the next batch. Okay, we also have Mr. Edes here, who's using I can see his face. Oh, you are with Mr. Godwin. Okay. Mr. Edes. Mr. Edes is also one of our instructors. You will be seeing him. So, Mr. Edes, do you have anything to share with the students before we call it a day today?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, good to meet you guys now. Like, actually, I don't really have anything to say because what I have to say, they've said everything now. Utalaka, Godwin, Lawrence, and Mr. Daly. So, my encouragement is just to add to what Edward said, just to like, be consistent, like invite other people, then also focus, that's all you need to achieve this whole thing. So I'm here in the United States and I'll be one of your instructors as well. So as we move forward, then we get to you guys will understand what Mr. Laka is trying to do. Is a very good thing to do, right? Just that's all I have for now. Then over time we'll be meeting and we'll have other things to do together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Edes. Thank you. So Mr. Daly said it the other time. You can see all your instructors, they are all fresh, isn't it? So whatever we are doing, we are giving back to the world. There is no amount that we are asking for the training that is up to a quarter to whatever we are, up to 1% of whatever we are earning. So please, we are just trying to encourage you to make sure that everybody have better life. By the grace of God, we are enjoying ourselves. We are enjoying ourselves. It is by the grace of God, and we believe that if we can do it, you can also do it. Okay, so we are going to be calling it a day. Is there any more question? Sylvester? Okay, so there is no question. All right, I will make sure that you have access to this video, this recording. We are going to give you the access to that. If you want to share with your friend or you want to watch it again, you can always do that. Okay, so please